everyone. August 2nd, yesterday's footage. Thanks a lot for stopping by and taking the time to view the website. Thanks also for those who are taking the time to check out the fundraiser, trying to raise money for a bigger telescope so that we can get closer, guys, and keep it up for free. This is my goal and this is what I want to do. I'm not a rich person, not a person with a lot of money, but I'm a person with a lot of love in his heart for the world. And I want you all to see what's up there because the moon is inhabited. No matter how crazy and bizarre the people claiming this sound, it's time for the world to look into what these people are saying and what I am saying and what many other channels are saying on both YouTube and many other social media platforms. Listen, the moon is inhabited. There are structures up there. Many of us have the proof. But every finding that NASA finds will get the credentials. And it's not that, listen, credentials should go where they're due to go. Astronomers, amateur astronomers and both professional astronomers are finding structures on the moon. And not everyone is getting the credentials, but this is how life works, you know. The entire world looks like Nikola Tesla's workshop, like his lab. All his inventions are now all over the world, scattered all over the world. And for those who have looked into Nikola Tesla's patents and his work and research, and quite the eccentric person for the time in the year he was exploring the field of science in wavelengths, remote controls, long distance. I mean, Wi-Fi. I mean, this guy had everything. Nikola Tesla had invented everything, but he got his patents stolen. So many of the names today that we know, like Thomas Edison and Marconi radios, and uh, it's not it's not an exact truth because the patents, Nikola Tesla did get his patents stolen. But there's lots of stories out there. When you look up these people and these scientists, many years ago, and now almost a couple hundreds of years ago, some of them, we don't really know the stories. We tend to just believe what was told about these people, and we got to dig ourselves to look for the information out there to see what really went on. And why am I saying this? Not to cause a stink, because it actually is going to help you in your research. It's going to help you understand, and you're going to see that if you are looking for structures on the moon, you're not alone. Many people, even hundreds of years ago, have realized that, but just probably had the worst of times being able to get this information out. It's basically near impossible. Unless the entire world stands up, no one's going to be able to prove this. That's absolutely sure. So this is the footage that I got on August 2nd. I got cut off with a lot of clouds really early in the evening, around 9:45, 10 o'clock. But I have some footage from the day before, August 1st, that I will get up. A lot of footage, a lot of clear footage. And leading up to the full moon, I want to get as much footage as I can. Why? Because I can get to the full moon and have a cloudy day, and get to the full moon and have a rainy day. These are some nice images, some nice footage, sorry. And this is the top north side of the moon. And always panning over to Plato crater. You just see all these anomalies on the surface. And the moon is always ever so different. Every time I go up and look at the moon is different in many ways, both the way the lights are flickering, the intensities of the light, and I'm noticing a lot of light changes. So I'm going to have to start in detail, like this here, what I just did here. I'm going to do this every time I get on the moon. I'm going to have the same pan, the same millimeter in the same area. I will document that because I want to see the surface changes. The surface has to be changing, guys. If we look at the moon hundreds of years ago, it has to have changed, no? And where's all this proof? And how come we haven't had anyone stand up yet with all this proof? It's out there. Many of people are finding the proof, and I think what's going on is that it's scaring many people, and that of course automatically, if you start claiming this in your proclamation, well, what's going to happen is that the religions are going to hate you. And I never understood that. Religious people, aren't you supposed to be the best ones? Seriously, talking seriously, are you not here on earth to be religious so that you could show the world that it's love and kindness that should dominate? But instead, some of you, and I'm not labeling you all because many of you will say I'm labeling you all. I never label anyone, guys. Maybe a small handful of religious people will come to the site and thrash me. One, that's okay because I want to hear all of your comments. You know, it's a really weird website because I'm starting my website and throughout the year and last year too, as I was doing this, it would go dead for 3, 4 days. And how come I'm not getting all these trolls on my website? How come I'm not getting people thrashing me? How come I'm not getting religious people? How come I didn't get my old followers that follow me back? I got 11 or 13 followers out of the 1,500 that were following me on YouTube, 1,400. 7,000 views a day on YouTube. And now, since I've opened this website, I've had anywhere from 30 to 70 people a day. That's it. And I'm exposing the entire moon surface. I'm exposing the structures. I'm posting in color, as you're seeing here. I'm giving my theories and the hypotheses along with it, uh, trying to get the message out there. But I know for a fact that someone is holding this website back. Someone is keeping me out of the mainstream, and that's okay. But you know what? It can't happen for a long time because even if I'm doing this bit by bit, the information is going to get out there. No one's going to stop me. That's for sure. Just watch. Now I'm studying hard, guys. I'm studying hard about wavelengths and stuff and why there's something that I came to understand, you know. If we separate light into different wavelengths, we'll create a spectrum. We can create the different colors by mixing the separated wavelengths of light in varying intensities. It took me a while to understand this. The distribution of colors, guys, is called the spectrum. What I'm always talking about, the spectrum. We're separating light into a spectrum. It's called a spectral dispersion. The reason that the human eye can see the spectrum, is because those specific wavelengths stimulate the retina in the human eye. The spectrum is arranged in the order red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, and violet, according to the different wavelengths of light. Now, here's the important thing. The light in the region with the longest wavelength is seen as red, and in the light in the region with the shortest wavelength is seen as violet. We are seeing violet colors on the surface of the moon. We're seeing purples, we're seeing reds, we're seeing greens, we're seeing blues. The light region with which the human eye can see is called the visible light region. If we move beyond the visible light region toward longer wavelengths, we enter the infrared region. If we move towards shorter wavelengths, we enter the ultraviolet region. So I'm just trying to give you a basic idea on the ultraviolet regions and on all regions and all colors and all their specifications. 700 wavelength, 700 nanometers, were right in the infrared spectrum. Light is just one portion of the various electromagnetic waves flying through space. The electromagnetic spectrum, guys, covers an extremely broad range, from electrical radio waves with wavelengths of several thousands of kilometers to gamma rays, with wavelengths on and on and on. This is the force. The community's force, my channels, my website's force to get the bigger telescope. These people are helping me um, obtain our goal. We want to see closer. We want to get a bigger telescope, and many generous donations came from these donors. Check out the website, my website, and check out the website contributors page. The whole list is there of all the generous people donating. Thanks for watching, guys. More on the wavelengths coming up.